Carbon emissions. We've heard of them, but what exactly are they? Carbon emissions are the release of carbon into the atmosphere, and although they may not seem all that harmful, they can cause a long-lasting effect on our planet. Believe it or not, when carbon emissions enter any nearby watershed, they can cause water to become more acidic because they raise the water's pH level. This results in animals and plants not being able to live suitably in the water because of its acidity.
Take Highland Creek, for example. It's a watershed that's located right by our school. Because it sits next to a main road, also known as Midland and Lawrence, enormous amounts of carbon emissions are absorbed into it every day.
In fact, after conducting an experiment on its pH level as a class back in September, we found that its pH level was at 8. Although this level already seems high enough from a scale of 1 to 10, going any higher might make the water too acidic, making it unsuitable for wildlife to live in.
That's where we come in. We are the Carbon Cyclers, a team of grade 8 students from Charles Gordon Senior Public School in Ward 33 of Scarborough, Ontario. Our goal is to reduce the number of carbon emissions emitted by promoting bikes.
In our school, we held a survey based on what form of transportation you usually use to school. Unsurprisingly, most people said car with 42.7%. However, 72.7% also stated that they own a bike.
On top of that, regarding a question on how many cars are used in Canada, the majority estimated around 20 million, when the actual statistic is 25.4 million.
This shows that even after being aware of all the cars in use and owning a bike, most people tend to use cars. You also included a question on how often you use your car on a scale from 1 to 10. The majority of people said 8.
With all this information collected, we decided to take action.
So how did we decide to let others know about this issue? Well, we started with creating a bulletin board that focused on facts, our concern, and ways you can help.
We also created a website that revolves around our topic and developed several announcements that were said each week for our school to hear.
On top of that, we have also created a Kahoot game to test classmates on their knowledge of our issue.
Our team created a survey earlier to obtain information about how students get to school. Additionally, at the end of the form, we added a game we made on carbon emissions to reward students for completing the form.
Since we don't have many bike lanes around our area, we decided to email our city councilor, Michael Thompson, in hopes of implementing more.
Something that we all did to reduce carbon emissions was walk to school every day for a week.
So with spreading our issue and taking action, what are the ways you can help?
One way you can help is by walking to school each day. If you live far away, try carpooling with a friend or take public transportation.
You can also get around using a skateboard, riding a bike, or scooter.
And finally, spread the word. Carbon emissions aren't that small of an issue, but by letting others know about its effects, we can encourage others to act the same.
Throughout this entire video, we've been so focused on carbon emissions, but why? These emissions can cause long-lasting climate changes onto our planet.
Climate change is one of the main reasons our planet is in danger. From these emissions, we are seeing extreme weather conditions. There are many teams and groups trying to help, including the Carbon Cyclers. It takes a person to notice our issue, but a real human to step up and help. It starts with you. A message from the Carbon Cyclers.